beat. Our guests have arrived, he interrupted. You should have been prepared by now. Governor Shepherd is an important man, and he will not look kindly upon his oldest son marrying a hoyden. His son? I frowned, confused. I'm not marrying the governor's son. What do you think this meeting is for? He asked, his frustration mounting. Really, Caroline, your naivete will be your undoing. I've heard he's old and lazy, I protested. Grandfather took a step forward and lowered his voice, no doubt worried that the governor and his son might hear. Elijah Shepherd will inherit 5,000 acres of the best rice plantation in America one day. He shook his head with disappointment. I could make nothing of your fickle mother before she ran off with that worthless sea merchant, but I will make something of you. I had heard this threat my whole life. My mother, Anne Reed, had been a hoyden as well, a motherless child with a penchant for recklessness and rebellion. She'd run off with the first man who had shown interest in her. She'd only been 13. A year later, she'd left me on my grandfather's doorstep. Her recklessness had led to grandfather's poor opinion of me, so I vowed to never be wild and thoughtless like her. I was 20 years old, 7 years older than her when she ran off, and I had done nothing to earn his poor regard. Yet, he let me know I could still turn out like her if I didn't follow his plan for my life. I do not want to marry Elijah Shepherd, I said, trying to appeal to his compassion, though I'd not witnessed it often. I do not love him. Love. He said the word with such disdain it made me wonder if he'd ever been in love. He'd never spoken of my grandmother, and rarely spoke of my mother, unless he was comparing my inadequacies to hers. The only things I knew were the rumors I'd overheard the servants whispering. Witchcraft, adultery, abandonment, betrayal. If I can secure a marriage between you and Elijah, he said, and we can join our plantations, we will be the richest planters in South Carolina. I will not have you thwart my plans. He opened the back door. Come, Nanny will help you dress for supper. I had no choice but to slip up the back stairs to my room. The house was long and narrow, with 3 rooms on the main floor and 3 above. Grandfather slept in one room on the far end of the upstairs, and I had the middle room. The room on the opposite end had belonged to my mother, but had been locked my whole life. I walked by the closed door now, a reminder of all the secrets kept from me. Twice I'd tried to break into that room to see what Grandfather was hiding, but both times I had been discovered and thoroughly disciplined with the rod. Nanny was waiting for me when I entered my room, my best muslin gown in her arthritic hands. She had been with me my whole life, coming to Middleburg when my mother was an infant. She'd been old when I was young, and was almost too old to be of service now. But I would not hear of her being displaced. She was one of the only connections I had to my mother, though she told me little more than Grandfather. Off gadding about again? She asked, tisking me with a smile in her voice. Your grandfather is in a state. We must hurry. She began to untie the lacings at my back. I was not gadding about, I told her as I slipped out of my gown. Did you know the purpose for Governor Shepherd's visit today? Aye, and I suspect you did too. Grandfather has told me nothing before now. Are you that naive, Caroline? She asked. Surely you knew that he would marry you to his advantage. She turned me to look at my image in the mirror as she helped me into my muslin gown. Look how pretty you are. 'Tis a wonder someone didn't scoop you up before now.